Good morning, YouTube. I'm back. It's still Thursday morning, March 16th, 2023, 6:09 a.m. Yeah, I'm kind of rolling out of here late, and that's actually a really good thing, all things considered. I'm really glad I decided to come in to work this morning because I got here so late. It was, well, I had one person, Joe, not inbound PHO, but forklift driver Joe, ask me why I even bothered coming in so late. I saw him over by security as I came in the building, and since he works in my department, I figured that was probably a good first start of, hey, what's going on today? What have I missed? Just so I knew a little something about what all had happened throughout the shift before trying to find leadership and figure out how I start my work day that was supposed to start at 7 p.m. at 2:40 in the morning or whatever the hell time, 1:40 in the morning, whatever the hell time it was that I got here. I don't even remember. I just know it was before third break. I did get my third break, but yeah, I was beyond late. I mean, shit. Even if I was only working a second half shift, I would have been late. So yeah, that's. I love that I can do that at this job, and to be fair, like every time that I've overslept on that level, to the point where I wake up and it's dark, it's just absolutely dark, and I'm a little disoriented, and I look at whichever smartphone I managed to grab first, because I got 3 of them I sleep with now. And I look at the date and the time, and I'm just like, oh damn, where the fuck did Wednesday go? Which reminds me of a song. There's a song on David Bowie's last album, Black Star. And by last album, I don't mean anything posthumous that was released from him. I don't know if there is anything posthumous released by him, but if there is, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the last album that David Bowie actually released himself, right before he died, Black Star. Which, by the way, if you've never heard that album, you should give it a listen. It's definitely on my, I want to say, top 3 lists of swan song albums by longtime recording artists. And by that I mean something that they released knowing that they were facing death soon, and this was kind of their final farewell, their final complete piece of art for their fans. And I say top 3, but to be honest, there's only 2 albums that I'm sure if I think harder I can think of more, but there's 2 albums that immediately come to mind that I could describe that way. And I'm kind of torn as to which to say is the better of the 2, because they're both so vastly different. But Black Star by David Bowie and A Better Place by Glenn Campbell also fits that description very well. It just plays that role really well. And both of which I think are, not a lot of critics agree with me, but both of those I feel are top tier albums for each of the respective artists' discographies. In fact, I would go as far as to say that while Black Star is one of my favorite albums by David Bowie, A Better Place has been... Actually, sorry, that's not the name of the album. My bad. That's the name of one of the singles for the album. The album is called, the Glenn Campbell album is called Ghost on the Canvas. I should script these things, but would I ever do these videos if I had to script them? Nope, it just never happened. It'd be one of those many millions of things I just procrastinate on. But Ghost on the Canvas, also known in my fractured mind as A Better Place by Glenn Campbell. Yeah, that's been my favorite Glenn Campbell album for a long, long time. Black Star, not my favorite Bowie album. But it's definitely in my top 5 list of favorite Bowie albums. And anyway, it's like so derailed from what I was talking about, which was waking up in the wee hours of the morning, and it's a whole day after the day that you should have been waking up in. Like I'm supposed to wake up at like 5:30-ish on Wednesday. Where the fuck did Wednesday go? Anyway, there's a song on Black Star, and I don't know the name of the song, but one of the lines that keeps repeating in the chorus of the bridge is where the fuck did Monday go? And the song is kind of about that whole concept of like, I'm missing a day here. What happened to Wednesday? I remember bits and pieces of Wednesday, which would definitely be yesterday because it's Thursday right now. I remember the pit incident that I discussed in my last video. I did talk to, right at the end of the night as I was walking to the exit with Dustin, I had a bit of a talk with him about it, and he's convinced I have nothing to worry about. I'm still worried at some point safety's going to look at that and see that on a camera and be like, hey, what? But Dustin is 100% convinced that, he said nobody mentioned it today. So, but even so the odds of it happening today I felt were pretty high. The odds of it being mentioned when I come back on Sunday are slim to none. But it's still a possibility, however improbable it is. Anyway, I do worry about that still, but Dustin told me that I did, that hey, don't sweat it, bro. Mistakes happen. Like, you told me it's like you're a consistent hard worker. You're always safety minded on the forklift. He goes, mistakes happen. It wasn't such a big deal. Nobody got hurt. It's, you 100% did the right thing. You handled it. So don't worry about it. Of course, that's easier said than done because I've been at Amazon long enough to know how ridiculously anal retentive and overkill they can be about what gets classified as a pit incident. Because personally, I think what happened Wednesday morning, where did Wednesday go? Yeah, Wednesday went on the floor. Spilled out of 2 totes right on the floor, and then some of it got crushed by my wheels. That to me seemed like a bigger deal than the toppling of the stack of empty totes onto the TDR plate, which resulted in my second forklift driver suspension, which lasted for a long time, and I had heard through the grapevine that there were powers that be that were trying to stop me from getting recertified. I don't know if it was over that or over something else, or it was just, personal, for lack of a better term, office politics. Because let's face it, office politics are not limited to offices. and they can be very complicated in GYR3, and me being kind of on the autism spectrum and definitely mentally ill, I a lot of that stuff I just don't. I misread it or I don't notice it, but I do know I'm definitely one of the more controversial characters in that warehouse. It's something I'm definitely aware of. Although I do seem to be generally well loved by most people. Although I also get the feeling I'm kind of a polarizing personality in that building. That for every three people that absolutely loves me, there's probably one person that can't stand that guy, so which is fine. I can be polarizing and I'm still down for owning the nickname El Tremendo Flaco, which I really believe was given to me in a derogatory way. But my Hispanic friend, who doesn't speak Spanish well, is convinced that that's a positive thing. So, all right, way to run that red light. Hey, that must be that Target warehouse over that direction that everybody talks about pays so much better than Amazon. I've been kind of nervous about just that whole PIN incident and stuff, and I'm probably a negative UPT right now, which I'm not worried about particularly, because by the time I get home, I'll look at my A to Z, and I got 3 days to sort that out, and I'm sure I got plenty of PTO that I can put on it. I just got to figure out how much I should put on it. And if push came to shove, and I didn't, which is a non-issue because I do, but if I didn't, I feel like I'm well valued enough in the warehouse that somebody at HR would authorize covering the time with unused vacation time, because I've got plenty of that. Speaking of unused vacation time, I really want to use that to go hook up with this chick that I mentioned earlier this week in Dallas. But I haven't heard anything from, I want to say her, but actually it's a them in the last day and a half, or maybe 2 days. And when I say it's a them, I'm not using them in that new context that seems stupid to me, of it being a singular person who is confused about their gender. No, she is very definitely female, and she knows that. And her husband is very definitely male. I think it's her husband, and he knows that. But it's more than one person contacting me. Therefore, the proper usage of the word them. I don't know that I want to explain that anymore. But let's just say it's been a long time since I've been invited into one of those kinds of threesomes, and you can judge me if you want, but when it's completely consensual, I quite enjoy that sort of thing. So, and did I mention she's hot? So, but I haven't heard from them in a day and a half, maybe 2 days. So. But I mean, could just be busy. People get busy. For all I know, one of them might have dropped their cell phone in the toilet and it's not working. It happens. I've had weirder reasons for not getting back to people. So, by the way, I'm going out on Van Buren because I checked the traffic before I left the parking lot, and I-10 wasn't like awful, but it wasn't good either. And as you can see, there's rarely any traffic to speak of. between like 6 a.m. and 6:20 on Van Buren westbound. There's just traffic lights to contend with and cross traffic. And now there's that stretch where it's under construction and the lane markings are missing, so you got some people treating it as one lane and some people treating it as two. Which, whatever, is what it is. I'm not sweating it. I've never really been that impatient of a driver, so to me it's much more important to maintain a safe following distance and drive in such a way that if I do get in an accident, I get a check. So, not that it worked out that way in my last two accidents. Both of those were quite deemed completely my fault, but that's a separate tragedy. Which reminds me, I really do want to go about getting an updated copy of my MVR and see where I stand on maybe being a part-time cab driver again now that the VET is evaporating at Amazon, and I'd still like my income to be higher than it is, just on 40 hours minus whatever hours I didn't show up for a week. So let's see. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, where the fuck did Wednesday go? Well, let's see. There was that highly stressful pit incident that Dustin feels was not a pit incident. That is still in the back of my mind, a pit incident. Until I'm still well within the window of time where somebody higher up than Dustin or with wielding power in a sideways direction, such as learning or safety, can come in and change shit up about it. And after my second suspension, and I guess that's why I'm just so leery, is because of how my second suspension went down and how long that lasted. Where I was actually told by the person, where it got reported as an incident, and I was told by the safety person who investigated, who was Chevy. I haven't seen her in ages. I don't know what happened to her. I need to ask questions. I missed her. I liked her. I found her super fucking attractive, although she was definitely setting off the lesbo scale of my gaydar, but hey, I've hooked up with lesbians before that were in the mood for something different, so I wouldn't eliminate her even if she does have a girlfriend. Anyway, yeah. Chevy said everything was okay. Sent me back to work. And then I had a medical leave of absence over my abscessed teeth. And came back to find I was suspended, and then caught a bunch of attitude from whoever was in learning that day. Of, you know why you're suspended. Motherfucker, no I don't. I wouldn't be asking you, asshole. Anyway, I should really try to put it out of my head. Dustin has confirmed 2 days in a row that it's nothing to worry about. But I've been at Amazon long enough to. I've been here substantially longer than Dustin. I'm well aware it is something to worry about. So. Anyway, that's a big part of where Wednesday went. After that, I did mention I didn't vlog on the way home yesterday morning, and I did mention in my last video that one of the contributing factors to me smacking totes into the door was that I was very tired, and that I always say if I'm too drowsy to drive a forklift, I'm going to be like, hey, I need to not be on a forklift, but I was pushing myself, and I did never do that again. But there's so many different conflicting voices in my mind at play at all times. Because let's not forget I have schizoaffective disorder, so lots of voices conflicting in my head at all times. They're telling me that no, you drowsy or not, you need to finish the shift because you need all the money you can get. Because, dude, you have the right of way, you need to go. You know, I like it when people are courteous and like want to let you in, but not when I know they have the right of way and I don't, because if they decide to just lurch forward, I'm going to be the one that gets that ticket. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, where the fuck did Wednesday go? Yeah, voice was screaming in my head that I better not leave early because I needed the money, needed to not lose these hours. I was fully expecting that red truck to cut me off by turning into the wrong lane. Glad he didn't. These lane lines are really hard to see right now. At least they are for me. Oh wow, and they're really hard to see in my camera. Sorry, this is the first time I've really looked up at my screen to see how the Obamaphone was capturing the video, and it looks really dark. Yeah, it's really not that dark out right now, and I feel like I should do some comparison video here on the iPhone, just for GP. All right, so I'm simultaneously shooting with the iPhone and Obamaphone 4, just so you can see the difference in brightness level. And let's go full meta on this. Let's shoot the Obamaphone. Let's shoot the iPhone with the Obamaphone. As you can see, it's just, even doing that, it's blurry, but it's a lot. I just adjusted the video, but let me not cut off that car behind me. But you can see it's I don't know. Part of it has to do with I see it adjusting the levels to change them, so maybe it has to do with a setting for auto adjusting levels. But yeah, I do not like how dark the Obamaphone is shooting the road right now. It should be a lot more visible and bright than it is. And I need to not be sidetracked in that. I need to be focusing on my driving. Hello. Hey, the sun's coming up though. Let's do a quick roll through the zone. Since I'm at the edge of the zone. I still have yet to eat in that place. That sub shop. I forget what the hell it's called. I know they're one of the petitioners in that lawsuit against the city of Phoenix regarding the zone. And oh yeah, we got campers on the left. We got lots of campers on the left. Look at that. Lots of campers on the left. No campers to the right. They generally don't let them camp adjacent to the cemetery. So this is where it starts on Madison Street. I'm pretty sure I'm on Madison Street. And yeah, it is. Wow, that's there's a Lime scooter sitting right there. Good times. I'm also going to shoot it on my iPhone because it is so dim and dark. I don't know, which is worse, the blurry of the iPhone or the dim and dark of the Obamaphone. Both of those things kind of suck. Dang. Wow. Those houses on the left and buildings on the left are not even accessible due to this guy's. Of course, you can't walk on the sidewalk because the sidewalks are completely blocked by campers. I feel like it was that. I want to say it was that building on the left that used to be Ghettotronics, but Ghettotronics used to be on Jackson, not Madison. And I'm pretty sure I'm on Madison right now. Wow, still so many people camping down here. There's a spin scooter. Wow, that structure on the left is impressive. Yeah, I'm going to turn right, even though I can see there's quite a bit more continuing down Madison. I'm on 9th Avenue right now. I can see a good solid block of campers to the north. Now that's interesting. They've put rocks in front of their building to discourage campers there. Wow, and they've fenced it off and put a metal triceratops there. That piece of property is defended by dinosaurs. I see a lot going south of here. Although the property on the left is blocked by a chain link fence, when it didn't used to be. There used to be campers there, but yeah, that whole space between that fence and the curb is completely full. All right, we got some campers in. We got at least one group of campers there, or maybe one person in an RV. That's something I don't see a whole lot of. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, Ghettotronics did used to be on Madison and not Jackson. As I was thinking, I'm on Jackson right now. Holy crap, this is so crazy. That guy's just gonna walk right down the middle of the street because they've taken over this street. Yeah, this is still a street, old man. This is like, this feels very post-apocalyptic to me. Look at all those tents overhead on the left. You know what? I was right in the first place. So these buildings on the left here, those are houses. People own them. I don't think anybody's actually living in them. And that white building, or was it the red building? Actually, the white building and the red building were both, I call it Ghettotronics, but West Tech Recycling. That was all West Tech's recycling these buildings. Now I'm going to assume that West Tech Recycling has since pulled out of those buildings. They're on the other side of downtown, right over by the baseball stadium formerly known as Bank One Ballpark. But they used to be in those buildings, and it was getting, wow, those are 3 matching nice tents right there on 9th Avenue. That kind of makes me think that there's some charity giving these homeless people out away tents, which I hear is a thing. I hear that's a thing. I don't know who does that though. Wow, this is the shanty. It's just a full-on shanty town down here now. This is wild. And it all ends right here at 8th Avenue. As you see, there's nothing on that side. County building on the left. Now right there's a sign saying that this street is end of Phoenix City maintenance, beginning of county maintenance. So this is actually a county road, not a city street, which is a bizarre technicality. And I find it interesting how on both sides there's no sidewalk, because it's the area where the sidewalk would be is blocked off by chain link fence. Sheriff's Department on the right. And I believe that parking lot on the left, that's just a county parking lot. It's used, it says Maricopa County employee parking only. Now, it used to be parking for, okay, now this lot on the left says parking for Maricopa County business only. That used to be my favorite parking lot to use whenever I needed to go to any of the county courthouses, whether it be the Maricopa County Superior Court. You gonna stop? You got a stop sign full. Whether it be the Maricopa County Superior Court, or whether it be the Justice Court complex. And sometimes I park there to go to the county recorder as well. Got a bunch of limes there. I don't see the box drawn very well, but I do see the little pole with the reflective sticker on it that indicates that scooter parking. So as I've mentioned several times, downtown, now the Spin app is still telling everybody that you can only park in designated areas, but those designated areas only are part of the original Phoenix scooter coverage area, downtown Phoenix. Back when the scooter coverage area was about 1.5 square miles. So I've shot video here before, but I haven't come this way in a while. don't know what that apartment complex on the right is called now. It used to be called Champagne Place, I think. I think it has a different name now. I always joke that it should be called Madison View, because when you look out the front of it, you have that view of the Madison Street Jail. I might have a lot of fun editing this video together. I think it's the first time I've ever shot with two phones at once. I don't know how I'm going to edit this all together, but hey, I want to get better at video editing. May as well create myself a project. The difference between the video I'm shooting on the Obamaphone and the video I'm shooting on the iPhone is stark. So I am on Jackson Street right now. I'm crossing First Avenue, which appears to be closed underneath. There's so much construction in this part of downtown, and lately I just avoid all of this like the plague. Well, that's interesting. Looks like they're putting up some new guardrails. Those blue bars are brand new. Well, road closed. I can't use that little ramp to go northbound on Central Avenue. In fact, Central Avenue is all closed. Rails are put up for interesting. I find these warehouses absolutely fascinating. And I really regret that when I was in my 20s, I didn't make an effort to try to buy one of these when I probably could have actually afforded one. I absolutely don't know where I'm going right now. But I think, ooh, there's a train right now. Train crossing right there. But I do think now's a good time to stop shooting film on the iPhone. So I can put both hands on the wheel and pay a little more attention to my driving. I think I'm going to go into the Fry's right now. I'm trying to remember exactly where it is. I think that's it right there on the right. Yes, it is. I should really be in the lane behind that truck there, since I'm going to be making a quick left. That guy turned into the wrong lane. When you're turning left, you're supposed to turn into the most available lane, but I knew I was getting ready to cross all the lanes, so I went in and just yielded everything to him. And this is the parking garage for Fry's. There's also a residential tower here, but I think their parking is separated from the Fry's parking. I could be wrong, though. I just know that this is, generally speaking, I stay away from parking garages because I don't like owing a lot of money for parking, and it always seems to be way more money than I expect it's going to be. Block 23, automated parking facility. I guess for all of Block 23. Got my ticket. No, I just know I'm always good to go parking here as long as I'm going to, wow, it also says parking for Chase Bank. I'm a Chase Bank customer, but I'm sure there's nobody at Chase Bank. If I wanted to go down and use the ATM right now, there's nobody at Chase Bank to validate my parking. But I know if I go into Fry's, even if I don't buy anything, they'll probably validate my parking if I ask them to. Anyway. Is my favorite parking spot open? Oh, look, it is. Well, my second favorite parking spot. I'd rather be where that red car is. But VIP parking right by the entrance to Fry's. I'm out of bologna. And I'm almost out of bread. This is a good time and place to buy groceries. Anyway, thanks for coming with me on this drive. I got a feeling I'll be shooting more video today because my sleep schedule is all kind of whack. And I don't think I ever fully answered the question, where the fuck did Wednesday go?